Imagine divorcing your husband and having a new chapter at life, and you decide, I could move on, or I could post humiliating videos of me trying to embarrass my husband. And that's exactly what this wife here did. Oh yeah, and let's include our child in these videos because I'm smart. I'm smart.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
And of course, as you guys know, we try our best to protect kids. This mom definitely did not. She's including her child in these videos. Check out the caption of this video that reads, "My husband recording us in our new home." He's featured in this video. Not knowing I'm already planning to file for divorce. There's so much wrong with this. I'm playing the video right now, but it comes with music, and he thinks this is just them moving into their new home, and he's setting up the camera to take a photo, and she thinks it's cool to sit here, mock him, post a video featuring the child, not blocking the face. It's your child. And also including her husband in a video, because I think he shows up eventually later on. Oh, okay, he doesn't show up, but you can definitely hear his voice. Now, she's completely 100% broke. This isn't the first time we've seen this, right? You leave what was an ideal situation, not only for your child because children need their fathers, but also probably you, because looks like you can't take care of yourself and make good decisions. The next video was of her celebrating, dancing, and posting a caption, of course, with a song that I can't play due to copyright issues. It says, asking my little sister if she can hold me down financially because I'm getting divorced. And she says, you know, I got you. Wow. Incredible. She got a few of these comments. Other bitter divorced, probably equally single women here congratulating her in the comment section. This woman here says, congratulations. Can we ask you why? And they left this crazy, hideous photo there. I don't know who that is. Actually, I do know who that is. Somebody else responded back and says, too much disrespect, verbal abuse. Oh, is that her? Did she respond to this? Nah, it doesn't look like it's her. So one thing they love to do on TikTok, they like to speak on behalf of the other women destroying their marriages, draining her energy, and she is unhappy. Oh, we could have never guessed. Somebody else here put, I'm crying every time I see this. I do wonder why. She probably did not respond. This lady here says, totally could see it here. And there she is smiling in the photo. They're like, I could see you were about to leave just based on how you're smiling. It's one thing to leave a relationship and say, hey, this thing's no longer serving me. It's another thing to do what I see a lot of women do this, more women than I do men, leave a marriage and go off. You can build a brand about anything else, but you say, I'm going to build a whole channel, a whole brand off disrespecting my ex-husband and talking about him. And there's only one person that always comes to the rescue for these men, and his name is Chisha Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Yes. The sponsor of this channel, fathershaverights.com. Imagine paying child support fully for 18 years. You paid it full, done. But the mother of your child still wants more. She tells the court it's unfair. I didn't create this child by myself. That's exactly what happened in this situation. And that's when the judge leaned in and said, ma'am, you can't do this. I can't make him pay child support past 18. Not when he's already done paying it and the child has graduated. So, of course, child support ended that day. But child support isn't always fair, and it doesn't always end clean. But knowing how the system works helps you prepare for battle. That's why fathershaverights.com is creating the custody prep guide for men, presented to you by expert attorneys to help fathers know what to do, what not to do, and how to protect themselves at every step of the custody process. Click the link pinned to the top of the comments. Join the waiting list for the custody prep guide for men. Next comment here says, a silent, calm woman is a dangerous one. Congrats, sis. This is silent and calm. Somebody else here added, anyone want snacks while we research the comment section to find out why? So I guess they are trying to find out why, but we could probably guess. Of course, here they're letting know they're very proud of her. These are chicks who are in the exact same situation. Women celebrate this, man. You leave, you're celebrated.
This piece of advice is for any woman that's thinking about getting married, want to get married, or already married. Ladies, do not lose yourself. I repeat, do not lose yourself. It's so easy to get caught up in your husband, your kids, and your household. Do not lose yourself. Whatever you do, remain your own person outside of your union. Still focus on your goals. Still focus on your dreams. Still focus on your ambitions. Still hang out with your friends. Still do things by yourself. Still be your own person. Do not lose yourself where you get so caught up and so wrapped up into husband, kids, household. Before you know it, 5, 10, 15 years done went down the line. You have not accomplished a single goal. You have not checked nothing off your to-do list. You have not accomplished any dreams. You are miserable. Ladies, do not do that. If I had to give one piece of advice to a future bride or a woman who wants to get married or desiring getting married or thinking about getting married or even that's already married, that would be it. Ladies, do not lose yourself. Please, it's so easy to become consumed in being a wife and then being a mom. It's so easy, and we never see it coming. So whatever you do, ladies, do not lose yourself in your marriage. Somebody better get her because she out here looking fine. Okay, y'all, listen. So get ready with me. I'm about to go shopping for my Valentine's event for my mentor group. So get ready with me. I'm gonna do good with this little content stuff, yeah. So let's do a quick fit check. Jacket, H&M. Pants, Shein. I hope I'm saying that right. Shoes, Target. Accessories, Pearls. No makeup, just a little gloss, a little lip combo.
Let's see what else we have here. Oh yeah. The most of her channel is pretty much her posting divorce content. This isn't something that's unique to her. This is something that you guys know is pretty much commonplace right now on TikTok. There's more though. Here's another video of her still in her marriage, and it says, point of view: my husband's moving furniture into our new place, and I'm moving on to divorce. So in this one, she actually has him in the background. Has him there picking up suitcases, lifting, moving them into their new house. And while he's doing that, she's filming him plotting the public embarrassment that she's now put into plan. And I bet you she thinks she's going to find somebody better. She thinks that she's going to find someone who will fit. We don't know her standards, but we can assume. Comment here says, my ex-wife did this to me. I thought I was going to be devastated. I found peace. Ooh. So they're responding back like, hey, you don't think you're doing what you think you're doing. And the person who says, let's see. Let's check out Humble Family. He's gone through this, and shout out to you, my guy. Shout out to you. Somebody else who says, the way the men in the comments assuming you're the problem with zero information is telling. Anybody who starts doing this, you gotta think about this, guys. If any man following their divorce was this petty, just like, here's my wife getting her nails done, little does she know, she's done. She's done. They would look at you like, you're obviously toxic. Let her heal. Oh my goodness. Somebody else here added, these comments are wild. Well, what's wild about them? Let's see what the people have to say. Top comment here from a guy says, that's what they do. You plan a future with them. They plan one without you. Let's see somebody else who says he can finally be happy now.
Hey, y'all. Happy New Year. I'm at Ruth Chris celebrating my divorce. Gotta do it.
Hold on, wait, let me get that on camera. Hold on, wait a minute.
Man,
Wait a minute, I gotta get that on camera.
man, we crazy, man.
So now we're throwing parties for getting divorced. Not anniversaries, not growing together, not fixing what's broken. Nope. Now we're popping champagne because the marriage failed. And we're calling it empowerment. Sorry, ladies, but That's not empowerment. That's you putting lipstick on a pig and then calling it self-care. And today I'm going to talk about this nonsense because what's being sold as strong, independent energy is really just rebranding a wreck like it's a lifestyle upgrade. So recently, the Washington Post put up an article entitled, "Her Marriage Ended. Instead of crying, she threw a divorce party." And to save you from wasting your time reading it, I can pretty much sum it up with one sentence. A whole bunch of women refusing to take accountability and celebrating it. They even quote one woman saying it was meant to be a celebration of liberation and self-discovery. Translation, I lost my marriage and now I'm going to pretend it was a breakthrough retreat. Sorry, honey, but you didn't win anything. You didn't level up. You didn't conquer anything either. No, what you did was prove your word is meaningless. Your commitment, the same. You're actually celebrating your failure instead of acknowledging it and reflecting on it. You're renting a DJ and calling it healing. Sorry, darling, that's not growth. That's a coping mechanism with fancy balloons. And here's the delusional part. Every one of these stories comes with the exact same script. We've all heard them a million times before. He was toxic. He was emotionally unavailable. He didn't know how to communicate. He didn't appreciate me. Yeah, okay, darling, and what did you do? Funny how you never seem to talk about that. Which leads me to another quote from the piece where a woman said that those at the party laughed louder than the memory of the vows she once made. Huh, okay, sis, cool. So basically it's a laugh track for a sitcom where the lead character ghosted responsibility. Got it. But did you notice what's missing? Any mention of her behavior, any accountability whatsoever on behalf of the woman. Any possibility that maybe, just maybe, she wasn't a perfect angel floating through the marriage. Because in this little fantasy world, and frankly that of all divorced women, the man is responsible for 200% of the failure. She was just tragically married to the wrong human. How convenient, and also complete and utter nonsense. Because marriage is a team sport. You don't lose the Super Bowl and say, well, the quarterback sucked, so the rest of us are champions. No, the whole team lost. And if your first instinct after a divorce is to throw a party instead of, oh, I don't know, taking some time to analyze, to reflect, to learn, to ask what you did wrong, but instead decide to celebrate, well, I'd say the odds are you weren't exactly wife of the year. Let's keep it real. You don't get divorced usually because one person messed up. You get divorced because two people stopped showing up. Two people stopped respecting each other. Two people stopped putting in any effort. Yes, sometimes it is the man's fault. Sometimes the man is a disaster. Absolutely true. But guess what? Sometimes it's the woman. In fact, in a lot of the cases, it is the woman. She becomes cold, disrespectful, always critical. She starts weaponizing intimacy and treating him like an employee instead of a partner. That all said, more often than not, the reality is the blame doesn't actually lie mostly with one or the other, but with both equally. But that never makes it into the party speech, does it? No, it's all, I was the victim and I finally chose myself. Cool beans, darling, but guess what? You also chose that marriage. You chose those vows. You chose that man. And now you're celebrating the fact that it didn't work. You're celebrating your failure. Sorry, honey, let me say it again. That's not empowerment. That's pretending consequences are accomplishments. It's kind of like wrecking your car and saying, yes, queen, now you're in your new insurance claim era. Go get 'em, girl. You're slaying. Congratulations are in order, I guess. And here's another part nobody wants to say out loud. If you are truly proud of how you handled the marriage, how you conducted it, you wouldn't need a party to convince yourself that you're okay. You'd have peace, not a cake that says, I'm still hot, just single. Let's call it like it is. That party isn't for closure, it's for validation. It's a room full of friends chanting, "It wasn't your fault, sis." Also, you don't have to sit alone with the uncomfortable truth that maybe you weren't as amazing in that relationship as you're telling yourself you were. Because we all know that for women, self-reflection is hard. In fact, it's damn near impossible. But blaming the men is easy, and champagne goes great with denial, doesn't it? And let's be honest about something else. Let's be honest about what's really being celebrated. Not freedom, not independence, certainly not a new beginning. It's the fact that someone was actually willing to marry you, and now that person is gone. And instead of asking why, you're clapping for an exit like it's some sort of Broadway finale. Woohoo! Let's have a standing ovation for the collapse of your own household. Fantastic job, Queen. Way to slay. Very empowering, no? And here's the ultimate kicker, the one women will never understand. This mindset guarantees that the next relationship goes exactly the same way. Because if nothing was your fault, then nothing needs to change. No, ladies, all you're going to end up doing is bringing your same habits, same attitudes, same expectations, just with a different guy. And in the end, you're going to end up with the same result. But hey, at least you already know the party planner, right? Look, nobody is saying stay in a bad marriage. Sometimes leaving is the right call. Sometimes divorce is necessary. But celebrating failure like it's some sort of personal victory is how you guarantee you will never learn a damn thing from it. Real empowerment isn't pretending you were flawless. Real empowerment is strong enough to admit that you weren't. And until that happens, all the confetti in the world won't change the truth. The truth that you're not celebrating success, you're celebrating a breakup that you helped create. That's not a glow-up, sister. As I said earlier, it's just you putting lipstick on a pig and hoping that nobody notices the smell.
Another person who says, story time, because this sounds like it's going to be a good one. Let's see. Every loss is not a loss. Okay, let's go. Doing him a favor. Somebody else who says, get to self and white girl. Get yourself a white girl, bro. You're welcome. 2 likes on that. Here's somebody else who says, a win is a win. Another person here added, 10 years later, I'm so lonely. But wait, there's more. This is another one. She posted a video with the caption, my husband got disrespectful in a disagreement, and literally 3 seconds later, you reap what you sow. So she's like, he was getting karma and he drove off the road. Never mind, is he safe? Human life. No. She's like, she loved to see this. She took a video of this and thought to herself, this is going to go as part of the slideshow, the collage, the brand that I will build based on my failing life and marriage. Somebody else responded back and says, did you marry your enemy? So this woman's asking, like, from the way you're responding to this man, you hate this man. Somebody else here added to that conversation and says, clearly, because at odds or not, this reaction is insane. He could have been hurt. Somebody else who says facts. And somebody else who says he married his enemy. He married his enemy. I think that's more true than not. Another person here added, God had nothing to do with this. So you got to think about this. So she thinks that God was looking out for her. Oh, because in the caption. Oh shit. Have we been missing captions? Hold up. Damn. Oh, we've been skipping the captions. Oh yeah, we're gonna read that. Oh yeah, and you know what? We're not gonna read that. We're gonna ask Miss Coffee to read that. Oh yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Damn. Okay. So here we go. Let's see here. Miss Coffee, I am actually reporting on a video that was sent to me by a few different subscribers of a woman who's been consistently publicly humiliating her husband online. I've got some screenshots that I want to share to you. I just want you to just read those for me and let me know what they say. All right, I'm just going to share them to you one after the other, and then we're going to just, guys, I'm now interested to see what is being said here. Don't we love Miss Coffee?
If she's publicly humiliating her husband, we're not guessing. We're reading exactly what she said.
All right.
Word for word. No emotional remix. Drop the screenshots one at a time.
Great. Great. So let's go with this one. So this is the one she posted first of her talking about how he didn't know I was leaving. This is the first one. What does it say, Miss Coffee?
He was recording a new chapter. I was already closing a door. What no one could see was that I had already mentally left the marriage. There was no chaos. No anger. Just clarity and peace. Already gone. And he had no idea. Hashtag single, hashtag FYP, hashtag divorce, hashtag healing, hashtag new beginnings. Finding clarity after divorce. Divorce can be a complex and emotional experience, but for some, it can also lead to a unique sense of clarity and peace. In the transition from being married to embracing single life, many find themselves reflecting on their journey and realizing their true feelings long before the formal end of their union.
Oh, this chick was using ChatGPT.
Often, it may seem that everything is calm on the surface, but internally, significant changes are already taking place. The phrase "I had already mentally left the marriage" resonates with many who have experienced this kind of profound realization. There may be no outward chaos or anger, just a practical. The bottom portion cuts off in the image.
Oh, it cuts off. Damn. What? Oh, no. We're not about to read all that. Miss Coffee. The rest has to be BS. What do you think?
Let's call it what it is. This is a public declaration that she emotionally exited the marriage while he was still actively participating in it. He had no idea.
You all right?
That line is the dagger. It's giving quiet betrayal wrapped in self-care language.
Come on now.
No chaos. No anger. Just clarity and peace. But clarity without communication is concealment. And concealment inside a covenant is erosion. We're not even judging yet.
No.
We're just observing structure. This post frames secrecy.
But we will judge. We will judge. Some of us are judging right now.
Secrecy as empowerment and detachment as growth. That's a shift in moral framing. Send the next screenshot.
All right.
Let's see if this is a pattern or a moment.
All right. We're about to shoot you the next one. And I'm sorry, Miss Coffee. We're not about to go through books of written information here. I just can't. I'm just going to send you parts of it if I can. I'm not about to scroll through a bunch of screenshots. All right, so these all have captions, long-ass captions. This next one is of her talking about how her sister is letting her stay with her, it sounds like, maybe borrow some money. Let's see.
Oh, we see the pivot now. Let me read the key parts clean. At the top it says, "I'm getting a divorce," and she says, "You know I got you. Experience the best feeling ever." Then the caption shifts into this polished, inspirational tone about the best feeling ever. New beginnings. Profound joy. Connection. Embracing joyful moments. Share your relatable experiences. Celebrate these joyful feelings together.
Yeah. Let's skip to what you think, Miss Coffee.
If you are still legally married and publicly posting about how peaceful and joyful it is that you were secretly gone while your husband had no idea, that is humiliation content. This is reputation positioning. It's giving. I outgrew him. I was above it. I was already elevated. All wrapped in therapy core buzzwords. Notice what's missing. No mention of communication. No mention of mutual breakdown. No shared responsibility. No humility. Just glow up energy. That's not reflection. That's branding. And the "you know I got you" line? That sounds like a friend celebrating her exit. Which tells you the social reinforcement is strong. We're not even judging divorce. We're judging public posture. There's a difference between "I went through something painful and I learned" and "best feeling ever." That second one, it's giving victory lap.
All right, so we're too bored to read any of these long-ass posts. I'm going to read 3 words here. This says, "God be working." So she thinks that her ex-husband here driving off the side of this road was God working in her favor. Just pure delusion. Last but not least, she got all her friends to celebrate Galentine's Day. Here she is, and they're here. It's like a divorce celebration. This is a real thing. There are actual stores that sell a lot of like divorce decorations, but this looks like Galentine's celebrated on March 1st is when this video is posted. And what else do we have? All right, there we go. Yeah. This is crazy, man. I believe what's worse is actually like featuring your kids in a lot of these videos. But also what we see a lot of the times of building a brand shaming your ex-husband who you at one time loved or claimed to love, that's pretty dirty as well. Feel this stuff. Of course, guys, I'm curious to know, what do you think? Leave your comments down below. Hey, guys, as always, I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pod. To my currently engaged or soon-to-be married men, if you need a prenup and would like a guide that shows you how to get a solid and legally binding prenuptial agreement, hit the link pinned to the top of the comment section and access your guide at fathershaverights.com today.